What is the future of cryptocurrencies? A cryptocurrency is a digital currency that is created and managed through the use of advanced encryption techniques known as cryptography. Cryptocurrency made the leap from being an academic concept to virtual reality with the creation of Bitcoin in 2009. While Bitcoin attracted a growing following in subsequent years, it captured significant investor and media attention in April 2013 when it peaked at a record $266 per Bitcoin after surging tenfold in the preceding 2 months. Bitcoin sported a market value of over $2 billion at its peak, but a 50% plunge shortly thereafter sparked a raging debate about the future of cryptocurrencies in general and Bitcoin in particular. So, will these alternative currencies eventually supplant conventional currencies and become as ubiquitous as dollars and euros someday? Or are cryptocurrencies a passing fad that will flame out before long? The answer lies with Bitcoin. The future of cryptocurrency. Some economic analysts predict a big change in crypto is forthcoming as institutional money enters the market. Moreover, there is the possibility that crypto will be floated on the NASDAQ, which would further add credibility to blockchain and its uses as an alternative to conventional currencies. Some predict that all that crypto needs is a verified exchange-traded fund ETF. An ETF would definitely make it easier for people to invest in Bitcoin, but there still needs to be the demand to want to invest in crypto, which might not automatically be generated with a fund. Understanding Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a decentralized currency that uses peer-to-peer technology, which enables all functions such as currency issuance, transaction processing, and verification to be carried out collectively by the network. While this decentralization renders Bitcoin free from government manipulation or interference, the flip side is that there is no central authority to ensure that things run smoothly or to back the value of a Bitcoin. Bitcoins are created digitally through a mining process that requires powerful computers to solve complex algorithms and crunch numbers. They are currently created at the rate of 25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes and will be capped at 21 million, a level that is expected to be reached in 2140. These characteristics make Bitcoin fundamentally different from a fiat currency, which is backed by the full faith and credit of its government. Fiat currency issuance is a highly centralized activity supervised by a nation's central bank. While the bank regulates the amount of currency issued in accordance with its monetary policy objectives, there is theoretically no upper limit to the amount of such currency issuance. In addition, local currency deposits are generally insured against bank failures by a government body. Bitcoin, on the other hand, has no such support mechanisms. The value of a Bitcoin is wholly dependent on what investors are willing to pay for it at a point in time. As well, if a Bitcoin exchange folds up, clients with Bitcoin balances have no recourse to get them back. Bitcoin future outlook. The future outlook for Bitcoin is the subject of much debate. While the financial media is proliferated by so-called crypto evangelists, Harvard University professor of economics and public policy Kenneth Rogoff suggests that the overwhelming sentiment among crypto advocates is that the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies could explode over the next 5 years, rising to $10 trillion. Increasing scrutiny. Bitcoin's main benefits of decentralization and transaction anonymity have also made it a favorite currency for a host of illegal activities, including money laundering, drug peddling, smuggling, and weapons procurement. This has attracted the attention of powerful regulatory and other government agencies such as the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network FinCEN, the SEC, and even the FBI and Department of Homeland Security DHS. In March 2013, FinCEN issued rules that defined virtual currency exchanges and administrators as money service businesses, bringing them within the ambit of Government Regulation 9 in May that year. The DHS froze an account of Mt. Gox, the largest Bitcoin exchange that was held at Wells Fargo, alleging that it broke into money laundering laws. 1011, and in August, New York's Department of Financial Services issued subpoenas to 22 emerging payment companies, many of which handled Bitcoin, asking about their measures to prevent money laundering and ensure consumer protection. 12. Alternatives to Bitcoin. Despite its recent issues, Bitcoin's success and growing visibility since its launch has resulted in a number of companies unveiling alternative cryptocurrencies, such as Litecoin. Litecoin is regarded as Bitcoin's leading rival at present, and it is designed for processing smaller transactions faster. It was founded in October 2011 as a coin that is similar to Bitcoin's gold, according to founder Charles Lee. 13. Unlike the heavy computer horsepower required for Bitcoin mining, Litecoin can be mined by a normal desktop computer. Litecoin's maximum limit is 84 million, 4 times Bitcoin's 21 million limit, and it has a transaction processing time of about 2.5 minutes, about 1/4 that of 14 Bitcoin point. Ripple was launched by OpenCoin, a company founded by technology entrepreneur Chris Larsen in 2012. Like Bitcoin, Ripple is both a currency and a payment system. The currency component is XRP, which has a mathematical foundation like Bitcoin. The payment mechanism enables the transfer of funds in any currency to another user on the Ripple network within seconds, in contrast to Bitcoin transactions, which can take as long as 10 minutes to confirm. Mintchip, unlike most cryptocurrencies, Mintchip is actually the creation of a government institution, specifically the Royal Canadian Mint. Mintchip is a smart card that holds electronic value and can transfer it securely from one chip to another. Like Bitcoin, Mintchip does not need personal identification. Unlike Bitcoin, it is backed by a physical currency, the Canadian. The future. Some of the limitations that cryptocurrencies presently face, such as the fact that one's digital fortune can be erased by a computer crash, or that a virtual vault may be ransacked by a hacker, may be overcome in time through technological advances. What will be harder to surmount is the basic paradox that bedevils cryptocurrencies. The more popular they become, the more regulation and government scrutiny they are likely to attract, which erodes the fundamental premise for their existence. While the number of merchants who accept cryptocurrencies has steadily increased, they are still very much in the minority. For cryptocurrencies to become more widely used, they have to first gain widespread acceptance among consumers. However, their relative complexity compared to conventional currencies will likely deter most people, except for the technologically adept. Should you invest in cryptocurrencies? If you are considering investing in cryptocurrencies, it may be best to treat your investment in the same way you would treat any other highly speculative venture. In other words, recognize that you run the risk of losing most of your investment, if not all of it. As stated earlier, a cryptocurrency has no intrinsic value apart from what a buyer is willing to pay for it at a point in time. This makes it very susceptible to huge price swings, which in turn increases the risk of loss for an investor. Bitcoin, for example, plunged from $260 to about $130 within a 6-hour period on April 11, 2013. Conclusion: the emergence of Bitcoin has sparked a debate about its future and that of other cryptocurrencies. Despite Bitcoin's recent issues, its success since its 2009 launch has inspired the creation of alternative cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. A cryptocurrency that aspires to become part of the mainstream financial system would have to satisfy very divergent criteria. While that possibility looks remote, there is little doubt that Bitcoin's success or failure in dealing with the challenges it faces may determine the fortune of other cryptocurrencies in the years ahead.